Good morning. Now, many of you all know I like a bit of a puzzle, and this is a big one. In this little woodland here, there's a body buried. I'm going to make myself a drink, sit down, and tell you what I know and what I think. See you in a minute. Come on, get going. Right, while I'm waiting for my coffee to cool down a bit, because that cup's way too hot, what do I know? I know not many years ago, just a few years ago, a woman arranged to meet someone through one of these dating apps. Her last recorded movements was at a petrol station on the way to this area, where she was recorded putting some fuel and buying some stuff at the petrol station, putting some fuel in the Mini. She had I think it's a little red Mini, and then disappeared off the face of the earth. Now, why they concentrated in this area, I believe, is because of the guy that she was coming to meet. I think there was a connection to this area. The police were here for weeks with the specialist search dogs and search teams and all that sort of thing. And they scoured this woodland, the field that I've crossed over there, and a few other places, but really in this locality. Nothing was ever found, as far as I know, anyway. I haven't checked back on the history for a while, but I don't know what the timescale was between her going missing and them searching. But if you bury a body, there's going to be obvious disturbance. It don't just disappear, does it? Why was nothing found? That is sort of like playing on my mind a little bit. Did they have the location completely wrong? They must have had really strong evidence for them to spend so much time right here. They wouldn't, waste time otherwise, would they? I know that the guy was obviously interrogated. I don't think he was charged. I can't remember. I must look it up. In fact, I'll stick a link if I can find something online about the whole case, so you can look it up. It'll probably pop up in a card or something like that. Whether he give some information but not enough information, and that's why they concentrated here, I don't know. But it's a shame the body was never found. Just, for peace of mind for a family as much as anything. So it did, start the old cogs whirring a little bit when I first saw it in the news. I mean, I know the area. I know the wood. It's a strange one. Let me get my coffee. Putting myself into the mind of the killer, shall we say, which isn't necessarily a nice place. What would he have been thinking? I suppose it depends whether he's done it before, doesn't it? If he was a seasoned professional, shall we say, he wouldn't have necessarily panicked, and he would have had a clear plan. Maybe the guy had a plan anyway. Maybe this was always the plan. But chances are, if it was, you know, a one-off and he would have been in panic mode and it's time to get rid of a body. Thinking about it logically, if he had access to the area, maybe even vehicle access to the edge of the wood, shall we say, even if he could get a vehicle with a body that close to the edge where I came in through that thick bit. Bodies are bloody heavy. How far would he want to carry a body? Would he come just in the edge so he was sort of covered and couldn't be seen? But the closer to the edge, the easier it would be to discover. The other thing with dense woodland that's unmanaged like this, you've got little trees everywhere, roots everywhere. It's a pig of a place to dig a big hole. It would have taken a long time. He would, you know, have to be pretty certain that he had time not to get, you know, discovered in the act. Which makes you think you'd go into the middle, the dense bit. So it's a long way to carry a body. It's not the easiest of going at all. Through here, just walking, because it's, you know, overgrown, fallen trees, all sorts of things. It's an odd one. Would I even bury a body in the woods? Not somewhere like this. It'd be too bloody difficult. It sounds horrible, but I know where I would. Where I've got good access and I can drive the truck right in and so on and so forth. But here's a strange choice. And I think the only reason is because of the connection to this bit of land. It might have been somewhere that he knew well and had at least easy access to the edge of it. There is only one footpath through here. It's private woodland with a public access through the middle. So once you've come away from the footpath, unless you're going to find someone like me who tends to wander, the general public aren't going to be in the wood per se. I still find it a very odd one. The fact that I could be sitting here and I could be mere meters away from a body. Well, they might not be here at all, but I think they are. I think they are. The police think they are. But as far as I'm aware, like I said earlier, I don't think anything's ever been found. There's been clues, but nothing's ever been found. When I get back, I must look it up on the internet and see what else I can find. But yeah, I've just thought, for me personally, probably not for you as a video, but for me personally, it'd be just a bit interesting to come out here and try and get into the mindset, look at the lay of the land and, you know, the possibilities. If I was doing it, how and where? I don't know. There's more questions than there is answers. Right, I'm going to start my walk out, and I just thought I'd film this little short segment to give you an idea of what the terrain's like in here. Like I said, it's not the easiest of places to move through. Just, you know, just walking. It's completely unmanaged. It's full of holes, old fallen trees. It's just really, dense and heavy going. Can you imagine trying to carry a body through here? I can't. I suppose if you had to, you could. But I could think of much better places. Right. Simple answer is we don't know. I think the lady in question is probably in here. The police certainly think so. But sadly, there's no conclusion to the case as far as I know. What a waste of life. Really is. I hope they get to the bottom of it one day. If not just for some closure for the family. But yeah, it's a shame. Bit depressing. Also interesting. For me anyway. Right, I'm going to go home. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all soon.